And good evening. Welcome to another Thursday Night Live. Hopefully everyone's week is going good. If not, hey, Vibes has got you. It's going to turn out to be a good weekend. Let's go. And since this is the week before Thanksgiving, you got to get in the spirit, y'all, of Thanksgiving. I mean, what else better than to drink an eggnog on a live stream? You know what I mean?
It's a good choice, Vibes. It's a really, really good choice.
And of course, you got something hot, in the cold weather. You got to go with some malt cider. I mean, homemade.
Two holiday traditions right there.
Yeah. So this is going to be good, y'all. Wow, that's smooth. Good memories. Okay. Hey, for those who are watching replay, you probably wondering what's going on. This is Thursday Night Live. This is not Thanksgiving Live. Anyways, welcome, replay crew. Hopefully you enjoy this. Let's go ahead and welcome everyone. Of course, we can't forget my best co-host this side of the ocean. How about that?
The side of the ocean. All right. Hey,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us here for another fun Thursday night.
We got Matt, Liquid Zoo. Achoo!
Hey, Matt.
Wake up, Mr. Vibe. Hey, Matt, I'm awake. Long coming show. Welcome.
That's my neighbor, Michael.
Nice.
Not really. He lives in the next town over, but close enough.
About
Hey,
20 minutes.
Kalish.
All right. Hey, Lando, welcome.
Hey, Lando.
Welcome. Jeff Kane, welcome.
Jeff, hello.
Way.
Hey, Sam.
Best moderator around. Welcome. Nano guy. Time
Hey,
to put
Jerry.
Tyler's shoes down and start the stream vibes. All right.
Your
Hey.
fans Vibes, they demand your time.
Yeah, it's like, wow. I didn't realize that.
That's
Hey,
a
since
good
we're talking
thing. You're in demand. That's all right.
Jay, let's get back to that in a bit. Let's keep going with the names. Welcome, everyone. Sketty Nona, welcome. How you
Hey,
doing,
Nona.
Sarah? Linda, welcome.
Hi, Linda.
Hey, Landon, what's up? I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing?
Well, I don't think I know Landon. I thought for a moment it was a different screen name of Lando. Okay.
Nope. This is a good friend of mine. That
Oh, nice.
they used to live here, local.
Oh, okay.
He moved,
Awesome. Nice.
so.
Cool.
Big Steve, welcome.
I got to see Big Steve last Saturday at a fish swap here in PA.
No fair.
Mm-hmm.
Have I met him?
Have you? Yeah, you would have met him. Well, I can't guarantee it, but he was at the Clash.
Oh, he's at the Clash. So
Mhm.
there's a good chance I met him, but I don't remember.
Yep.
Geek Boy, welcome.
Hey, Geek.
Robert, welcome. We're going to P. Terry's. For those that wondered about that, that was the video that came out yesterday
Mm-hmm.
on Vibes Aquatics. Stephen P, welcome.
Hey, Steven.
Curlworks, welcome.
Hey, Coro, how you doing?
Okay, back to that. I said that cottage cheese, that food thing. This evening, since we're in the season spirit, I had a pre-Thanksgiving dinner. I had turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce.
It did look impressive. It had all of the holiday favorites.
So yeah. Anyways, welcome everyone. Hopefully that was got everyone's tongue wetted. That maybe you'll be thinking about drinking a seasonal drink or eating something seasonal. Boots and cats. Now, Rachel, I'll stop. Welcome.
Hey, Rachel.
Okay, tonight's live stream. It is the topic: top lessons in fish keeping. Woo! That's gonna be good.
I think this one, I think there's plenty for us to talk about and share our lessons, and I'm hoping that chat will indulge us in doing the same.
Vibes of big gaming for being low. Exactly.
That's
Yes.
exactly what happened today. Yep.
Uh-huh. So, top lessons. How do you decide if it's a top lesson?
That's a really good question, right? I think for me it was the things that I think have kind of the biggest or consistent impact, and I think it's impact for my own hobby, and I think there's at least one here, really a couple, I think that have impact beyond just my own hobby, right? They're kind of good general things that I think I've learned that I think can be applicable to really anybody, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
that's where I kind of focused on where were those things that they either tie to things that have happened or realizations that I've had that have helped make things easier, all sorts of things like that. How about you? How did you think about that?
Yeah. Top lessons, my definition would be something that has impacted me enough to share it with everyone else.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, hey, but before we go any further, I did forget one thing. I don't know why I forgot it. But those that don't know, they don't see, Mariah's not up here tonight with us from panel. Uh, update. She's in the emergency room, having problems. So you think about it. Do a little prayer for her. Pray for the doctors. Give them wisdom. Give Mariah good health. Being back safely. So we're definitely missing her.
Yes. Yep. We spend a lot of time throughout the week texting back and forth and preparing for the shows, and it really is
Mm-hmm.
a fun time. So someone is definitely missing when she's not here. So the good news is it sounds like hopefully not too terribly serious, and we'll expect her
Right.
back next week.
Mm-hmm. Outside Aquatics, welcome. I
Hey,
just
how's it
seen
been?
it. I hit 500 last night. Awesome! Woo!
Great milestone.
Hey,
Congratulations.
man. Top lesson is often a painful experience. Yes, yes. So true. The impactful lessons for me are the ones I learned the hard way, unfortunately. Yeah, actually, there they are. But also, it's so good that you want to share it with everyone else. That way it doesn't happen to the next
Mhm.
hobbyist. Jeff Kane, welcome. Cody, welcome.
Hey, Cody.
Skull Aquatics, welcome.
Curtis, good to see you, man.
Okay, back at it. So, hey, TJ, you want to start it off? What is one lesson that you learned in fish keeping?
Yeah. Yeah. So let me give you a little bit more insight also to how I did. So I wrote down 5.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of picked a number and it felt like 5 was kind of something manageable that we could cover, between you and I having a few each over the course of an hour. And I
Right.
did them, kind of in a order of what I think has impact, right? So the first one, number 5, right? So starting with
Mm-hmm.
sort of the lower impact one, right? Um, having reputable sources for fish, invertebrates, and plants, I think makes things so much easier. I've bought fish from multiple sources in the area, and I'm really lucky to have found a local fish store that has a very stringent quarantine process, and
Mm-hmm.
they are not interested in making a sale before the fish are ready to go. And I've also had situations where I've bought at stores that didn't do that, and I've kind of paid the price. Not that I didn't quarantine them on my own, but I
Mm-hmm.
suffered a lot of losses because even their own process wasn't up to snuff, right? It just wasn't, it wasn't a good experience. I had a lot of fish loss, and just being able to rely on the fact that you're going to get good, healthy fish to start with takes away a lot of the difficulties, and some of those, as a few of our folks here in chat have said, some of those lessons you have to learn the hard way. And so I think that's a really important one, whether it's, again, a great local fish store, whether it's a fish club, which I'm also blessed to be a part of, a good local fish club where I can get great fish, or one of our wonderful online retailers that are out there that are part of the Fish Fam, Dan's Fish. We've got, others that a lot of people use, like, Wet Spot and things like that. So I think just figuring out what your source is, and understanding what their process is and how it's going to impact you, I think is really important.
Outside aquatics, not moving my huts with my pistols was my first tough lesson. I ruined my whole first spawn. Aww, yeah. You for sharing, brother. That's a good advice right there. Shady Grady, welcome.
Hey,
Jenna P. Whew.
Hey, Jenna.
Welcome. All right. Probably one of my first lessons that I would consider a top lesson was not cycling my aquarium. That, hey, this is back when I got into the hobby. But going to the fish store, I thought I knew what I was doing, right? By doing research. I thought, looking back, I didn't know anything. Anyways, going to the fish store, Petco, getting some mollies, some tetras, different varieties, and put them into a 10-gallon tank. They'll last about 2 days. They all die off. Do it all over again. They all die off. So that's probably for the hobby as of now. I would say it's one of the top lessons for me. That was hard. But thankfully, I did not give up, because I would not be here today if I did.
Yeah, it's one of those that, I think back to when I was first getting into the hobby as a kid, right? I was like 11 or 12 years old. They said basically you set the tank up for a couple of days and you're good to go. And I think, we in general, so I was young, my parents, were doing most of the preparation and the work and things like that. And, I think we were pretty successful, all things considered, but it was by kind of luck, right? I think we thankfully didn't overcrowd the tank, and so things were able to kind of populate and didn't suffer too many losses. But if you don't know, the experience is much more likely the one that you're talking about than it is success.
Right. Hey, DJ Guppy Fish, welcome.
Hey, Sal.
How you doing? And also another one for me was water changes was a big thing. Not only since water changes, it's a broad statement, so I'm gonna make it a little more detailed. Not adding dechlorinator in before adding new water. And you come back an hour later, and some of the fish are belly up.
Right.
And of course, being a novice in the hobby, you don't know what happened, and also you thinking back, what did I do? What you start testing the water, just the tap water. Then you the chlorinator. Luckily enough, I haven't had any fish loss over the deal, but that was a big lesson for me, though.
Yeah, it's the things that there's so many potential modes of failure, right, with our aquariums, and doing water. I think there's probably a number of them just within doing water changes.
Yeah.
Right. It's you're right. It's if you need dechlorinator, using it or not using it, right? That usually ends up being the problem. Someone forgets, they're busy trying to do other things. and all of a sudden, we've got fish, that are exposed to chlorine or whatever else is in the
Right.
water.
So,
There's Go ahead.
so for me, what I learned from that was before I add new water to the tank, every time before I add new water, I always add the chlorinator, always.
Yep.
And also, when you add new water to the tank, stay focused on that tank. Don't leave. Don't go watch a movie. Don't go stay put. Because if you don't, there's a possibility that tank could overflow.
Mm.
I've caught it
a couple
probably
times.
3 or 4 times now. I've caught it that the water was just at the top. Like, ooh!
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was focused, but not enough.
And I bet you that got your heart rate elevated a little bit.
That's called the fish keeper's thrill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to go skydiving or do other stuff. I just watch my tank, forget about it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I've got another one here is consistency over perfection. I think one of the things that I see out there is a lot of very specific guidance around parameters. And, this fish must be kept in, this specific pH and this specific temperature range. And I think temperature is easier to deal with in a lot of ways,
Mhm.
right? Because we have heaters, and for most people, that's likely not as much of an issue if they're keeping them in, a home that's heated and things like that. But
Mhm.
when you're talking about things like pH and, overall hardness and things like that, I feel like there's a lot of times that people read a lot of different sources out there, and they're kind of guided into this pursuit of this perfection. And you don't know when you're new that in a lot of cases the fish are adaptable. They can be happy at, my water at, coming out of the tap 7.2,
Mhm.
7.4, and they can be equally happy in, someone who's in the Midwest that has unbelievably hard water, and they'll adapt to it just fine. There are exceptions. Absolutely. There are, potentially wild caught fish that are maybe more sensitive, or just some species that are more sensitive, and that definitely needs to be paid attention to. But unless somebody mistakenly brings home one of those sensitive fish, a new fish keeper, if they were just to keep it consistent, they would be so much better off than trying to chase all these parameters around and, trying to do the science behind the scenes of, okay, I added this much water, how much of this type of additive do I need to put in there, things
Mhm.
like that, right? And so, that was just one that I think's been really important to me, is to just keep an eye on what my tap water's doing, but, try my best not to have to mess with it.
Mhm. Yeah, Stephen P said he still hasn't learned the lesson. I'm guessing he's talking about the water running over the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Gene C Aquatics, welcome. What's up?
Hey, GNC.
Sulfur versus vitamin C versus other codon styles too.
Mm.
Sulfur-based dechlorinated can occasionally cause low oxygen environments and create a tank crash plus kill fish. Yes, I agree with that, Kuro. Hey, Kuro, are you pulling this off of the web? It's more common in wasteland treatment and killing wildlife, but it has happened in the hobby. I know a man used to be known for that problem. Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Kuro. You're awesome.
Yeah, I
Okay,
would say
back
that's
at it.
another interesting one, is changing products that you use and not knowing the differences, right? So,
Right.
what Rai was talking about, right, is different methods of using a dechlorinator, right? You've got your primes, you've got your APIs, you've got your fritzes, and they all have whatever their,
Acreon.
right. They've all got whatever chemistry they use. Some of them are similar, some of them are different, right? And people switching because they go to the store, this is what they've got, and not understanding the differences. Is it likely fine? Yeah, probably, right? But I
Mhm.
think, Riva brings up a really good point that it's not guaranteed, right? And so knowing, kind of what you're getting into.
Mhm. Another lesson for this is changes a little bit subject. It's going to be, I'm going into the canister world. Canister
Mhm.
filters. This tank behind me, for example, that thing has a FX6 canister on it, and it took me probably like 4 or 5 times of water changes to figure it out. That's a lot of times.
To
What
figure
happened?
out what part of it.
Every time I did a water change,
Mhm.
the tank always got cloudy every single time
Oh, yep.
until I figured it out. When I lower the water in the tank, now I don't pass the intake. So what was
Okay.
happening? It was grabbing air and basically back siphoning the waste in the canister back into the tank.
Hmm.
So that's a tip for y'all. If you have a canister in your tank and don't want to unplug it, when you do a water change, leave enough water in the tank above the intake. Not just where the mesh is, but also above that with the connection. Because that connection, there still can be like an air gap and get into it. And still cause a siphon or back suction.
Mm.
The biggest lesson I learned was the majority of the popular advice is misleading. Occasionally just wrong. Give them good water stability. Don't overthink. Equals good. Yes, Jeff Kane. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that is good advice, and it kind of goes back to what I will say is one of my lessons that I won't talk about now because I think it really is one that's in a different way very impactful, and it kind of hints on
Mhm.
that. So I think that's a great, put a pin in that comment because we'll come back to it.
Okay. All right, y'all. Mm.
So I'll
I
jump into another
do.
one unless you've got
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
Okay.
But before we do that,
Yeah, go ahead.
a little. I think since it's the week before Thanksgiving, and
Hmm.
everyone's thinking about turkey and all, let's do a giveaway by halfway through the live stream. So in
Awesome.
about 7 minutes, I'll from now to then I'll set it up, the giveaway thing, and here's the giveaway for tonight. It's a great painting from Sam Skills, Texas Cichlid, with the Texas State, corner,
Hmm.
Lone Star. Very beautiful work.
It
So
is.
some lucky winner is going to be taking this home. So, and I think for now this will be for the U.S. only. So if you're not in the U.S. and you're watching, you can still play, but you can play for someone else here in the states if you don't mind. Um, and you got to be in the chat at the end of the win to win it.
Mm.
If you're
Yep.
not, it goes to the next person. So
That's a great idea, Vibes. I think that's beautiful. We're blessed to have so many great artists. We've got, Sam, and Back certainly does some amazing art as well, and Ed, and I know I'm forgetting a whole bunch of people, right? But
oh yeah,
we've got just so many wonderful.
yeah, and not just the artist, but
Hmm.
also I met a young lady at the Clash. She won third place in the best photography,
Mm-hmm.
and even those people go out of their way to do phenomenal. It blows my mind.
Yeah, Ed entered a bunch of photos and did very well with that
Mm-hmm.
he had taken, and yeah, it's incredible. All of that, the 3D art, we really have a incredibly talented group of people. So I think that's a really nice one that you got there from Sam.
Okay, quick side note, and since the chlorinators don't work for chloramine, same thing goes for carbon filters for whole house, etc. You need
Hmm.
different micron filters for chloramine or just chlorine. Yes,
Yep.
that's cool. Okay, go ahead, TJ.
Yeah. So I think the other one that I wanted to bring up here is it takes a village, right? And I think we're used to hearing that as sort of it takes a village to raise a child type of thing, but I think it really takes a village to, help establish a fish keeper. And so I think one of the important things to do is to find your trusted friends and mentors, the people out
Mhm.
there that you can go to and you can ask them for their thoughts and, what ideas they've got and what help do they think that they can, what help can they provide you with different problems. Before the stream, you got to hear my story of how I'm finally having, a good bit of success raising finally the Danaan white cloud fry. And I've asked a whole bunch of people, both at my fish club. I've talked to a bunch of people in this community, just to try and get ideas of what maybe I'm doing wrong. And, finally I've taken a little bits and pieces from here and there and put it together into a process that, knock on wood, not out of the woods yet, but, here we are, a week later into their life. And if this was last year, every couple of days I would have saw one pass away. So use that community to really, better yourself, take that and, pay it forward and better somebody else. I think that's one of the benefits of having a platform like what we've got and the great community that we have here.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there a little bit. Like I said, I was setting up the giveaway tool.
Are you okay? And I just wanted to say hello to Paul Sotero and Dee Dee. They both, I saw them make comments
nice.
in here. So thanks for being here, guys, and thanks for everybody being here.
Hey, Dee Dee, welcome. Hey, Paul, welcome. In the same vein of misleading popular advice and chasing water perimeters, I would say another top lesson is what works for someone else does not mean it worked for you. Hey, that is a great Stephen P. That is, yeah. That should be one of the top. That should be the top lesson.
You're gonna laugh, Vibes. That is my top lesson.
Ooh! Wow.
That was my number one on the top 5 list. Was the way I wrote it. There are many paths to success. My path doesn't have to align with yours, and we can both be good fish keepers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think so often it's easy for people to feel like, their way. No, Stephen, don't apologize. I think it's good. I'm glad to see that, because I believe that the reason I put this number one, and we talked about it being an impact,
Mm-hmm.
I believe if we all had that mentality broadly, I'm not just talking, fish fam folks, I'm talking about the broader fish keeping community, people at clubs, people on Facebook groups, we would be so much further ahead and trying to build each other up, as opposed to talking about how, this method is not valid and that method is not valid. And, if people are having success, that method is valid, but it doesn't mean that that method works for me or is something that I feel compelled to do for whatever reason. I'm not, I don't have the same challenges maybe that they do, so they had to try something different than I did. That's great. That's okay, because I want them to be as successful as possible, just like I want to be as successful as possible. And I just feel like we all need to develop that mentality that it's okay that you keep your fish in a certain way and I keep mine in a certain way. And maybe we both breed fish and we do it in a completely different manner. At the end of the day, if we're breeding successfully and they're healthy stock and we're able to, get them out there to other fish keepers that want to have them, how we got there is not necessarily relevant, right? And so I think I think that's exactly the point that I was trying to make. So I'm glad that Stephen got there before I did, because it shows that I think that it's something that's on some of our minds, as far as something that we would really feel like could benefit us as a population.
Right. Outside aquatics, for advice. Facebook can be your worst enemy when trying to get advice. Yes, which is sad. I wish that wasn't true, but it is. Lake to Land. Woo! I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing?
Hey, Lake to Land.
Great meeting her at the Clash. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
No way! Woo!
Look at
HD
that.
Canteen! Welcome, bro. Thank you. Hey, I don't. I'm still behind times, so I don't have any video to put out for you. But hey, thank you.
Oh, I think that celebration was very worthy. That was better than a
Okay.
video there, Vibes. That was you clearly showed the excitement of the intent that I think HD and anybody who gives a super chat or super sticker wants. So thanks, HD for doing that. It really does help Vibes' channel here, and
Yes.
it's great. So thank you.
And since you did that, that is a reminder to everyone. Vibes Aquatics channel is available to become a member of it. I'm putting out content on the members only page on YouTube, Vibes Aquatics. So if you're a member, uh, once there once there's enough members on there, I'll be doing regular live streams for members only. So if you want to get some more inside what's happening with Vibes Aquatics, it can be anything. The inside ones, stop by and become a member.
And their contribution to the channel helps you fund things like
Mm-hmm.
the giveaway we're doing tonight, and right, any of those types of things you're going to go to do going forward are going to be funded by that. So the
Okay.
support is appreciated, and you're gonna kick it back to the community.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're 2 minutes over, so let's do
Okay.
this.
It's giveaway
Fish Fam
time,
giveaway. Since it's a week before Thanksgiving, and I was ready talking about Thanksgiving, let's do hashtag Thanksgiving, and I'll show you what. Let me see. There we go. You're gonna be winning the special painting from Sound Scales, Texas Cichlid, Texas Shape in the corner, Lone Star down here. Very beautiful work. This is for U.S. only. So if you're not in the U.S. and you want to play, go ahead, you can play. But choose someone that's in the States to win it, if you don't mind. Thank you. And this is spin the wheel if you lose. So the last one on the wheel is the winner. Okay, let's go back to the page. Refresh.
I'm starting to see some entries come in here, Vibes, but we probably want to give people a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Because we've got, let's see here, 31 folks joined us right now.
Awesome.
Yep. Again, thanks very much, everybody, for being here. We really enjoy, these really are the highlights of my Thursday. Right, I enjoy the opportunity for you and myself and usually Mariah to have a chance to chat and talk about all kinds of fishy topics, and it's great to have the engagement of our other friends here in chat. So thanks everybody for taking the time.
Now I'm getting a little puzzled now.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Because the thing is not pulling up anything. The wheel.
Okay, did you have potentially a space when you typed it in?
No, if you look at the top of the screen there, hashtag Thanksgiving.
Yep. Because I'm seeing hashtag Thanksgivings. Oh, Rachel, check your spelling. But I'm seeing other ones that look okay.
Is the whale acting up tonight?
I don't know. I'll be perfectly honest. This is where I, as a co-host, fail you, Vibes, because I have no experience using the wheel.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try it again. Bear with me. We got connection issues. We'll be right back with you.
Okay.
What?
Steven said that it was delayed for him a bit the last time he used the wheel as well.
Okay. Okay. Let's give it a little bit of time yet, y'all, and see what happens. But if that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go to the StreamYard giveaway tool. So let's give it a little bit of time.
Yep, that's good. We can keep on going with the topic.
Let's go back to the chat. Positivo. When I give advice, I always say it's been my experience. There are very few hard and fast rules in this hobby, except for clean water, enough room in the tank, and feed them well. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Yep.
you, Paul. Exactly.
I think that illustrates the points extremely, extremely well.
Uh, let's see.
Oh, Nona's
Okay.
asking what the
Well, go ahead.
Nona's asking what the prize is. It is a drawing from Sam Scales of a Texas cichlid. Really nice print. It's a print, or is it an original?
No, it's a print.
It's a
No.
print.
Yeah. I actually prefer the prints over the originals because I'm afraid I'll damage the original. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be responsible for that.
Fair enough. Yep. Looks like Crowntail just joined us. Hi, Crowntail.
Welcome, Crown Tail. Shark Fan, welcome.
Hey, Sharkfin.
Okay, thanks, Steven. You're awesome.
Still need me to kill a little bit of time, go through another topic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so the last one that I've got here, it wasn't going to be number one. The one that Steven had alluded to that we covered already was my number one, but I'd say, equally important. And this is one that, again, the chat had already come up with long ago here in the stream. But tragedy happens sometimes in and sometimes out of our control. And it's an unbelievably unfortunate part of the hobby. It's very sad. I shared, I think, a couple of weeks ago when we talk about tank crash, that I had an issue where what I believe, the best I can figure, was I was treating for a medication that was said on the label that it may impact your cycle, and it did. It absolutely took out the cycle. I was still new-ish to the hobby for the second time, right? Because I started back into the hobby after about a 20-year absence 3 years ago, I guess it was. And through that experience, I ended up losing most of a tank because it impacted the cycle that bad, and pneumonia built up. I woke up one Saturday morning to most of the tank floating and dead. And it's one of those things that you kick yourself for, because it's like, yeah, I mean, the label did say it. I didn't really think it was going to be that severe of an issue, and it had been a number of days that I had treated and nothing was changing, so it seemed fine until it wasn't. And I think that's the other thing, is everything can seem fine until it's not, and then you've got to kind of jump into action. And those are tough lessons to learn. And I think, again, those are, when we think of impactful, like, it's it sticks with you. That's one for me for sure that'll probably always stick with me.
True. I'm still having issues with this wheel. Let me see.
You're still having an issue?
Yeah. Okay. It's been too long. I'm gonna go over and get the StreamYard giveaway tool. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me. This is the first time that's happened to me, so.
Yeah, you've used it before with no issue.
Right. All right.
Yeah, so I'm scanning the chat here just to see if anybody else has any thoughts on what's going on. You got it. No problem. GNC said they've logged into all 12 of their accounts so they can win this thing. They're joking,
Woo!
of course, but
yeah. Good luck.
Steven said that he hasn't heard back from Matt. He had texted and received he's working on something, and it's possible that he is. So it's good that we'll switch over, at least for now, to the StreamYard tool.
Okay, I'm gonna give Fisherman Leak giveaway tool one more chance, y'all. I'm gonna go back in there and reset it and see what happens. If it don't work, I got the giveaway tool on StreamYard set up. So let's see. I'm gonna create a new giveaway on the Fisheye link, y'all. Those are wondering. It's going to be the same hashtag, so y'all still good. You don't have to change or anything like that.
Good. And I saw that Paul put a comment out here that Skipper's going to be going live tonight at 9, so he'll be taking, looks like, Ed's usual spot.
Okay.
So that means we've got about 12 minutes left.
Yeah.
And if the mods, who's likely, I think Sam usually is in here with us, can drop a link to that stream to send everybody over there after we get done.
Yeah. And hashtag Thanksgiving.
I like it.
Would be, and when you go to skip a stream, put hashtag Thanksgiving. That way everyone knows.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent.
That ain't working for me, so I'm gonna use the giveaway tool on StreamYard. Let me see if we can get up there.
Well, it looks like we picked up Beta Aquatics. Hey, Beta Aquatics. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And John McKenzie. Good to see you both tonight.
And for those coming in, you guys are lucky because we're doing a giveaway. Let's do it one more time. There you go. This is for the U.S. only. We're doing a Sam Skills paint print giveaway. Texas Cichlid with a Texas check there. Lone Star at the bottom. Very beautiful.
Yep.
So if you want to win it, put hashtag Thanksgiving in the chat to win. Okay. Better Aquatics, welcome. Melvin, welcome.
And thanks to Kalish for putting Skipper's link out there for us. And Skull put a comment in there saying that Greg Sage is going to be on the Mazzy YouTube tonight. That's the is it Missouri Aquarium Society?
Okay.
I may have that wrong, but he's gonna at 8 o'clock tonight. I assume that's Curtis's time out in Kansas, so that's probably 10 o'clock our time out here on the East Coast, and 9 o'clock for you middle of the country folks there, Vibes.
Yeah. Hey, John, welcome. All right. Hashtag Thanksgiving, y'all. Let's do this. Okay. Go back to it. There we go. And hey, sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little foggy in my brain. This is only one draw, y'all. Right?
Only one draw. Yes, we can't do the wheel.
Right. It'll be only one draw. So, let's give it one more minute because I see some people just coming in. So,
HD looks like there was a technical issue and has entered it a whole bunch of times, and so certainly it'll catch one of them, but it's not going to catch the duplicates, right?
No. Yeah, this is a one per person cash bag, so good luck. I see a lot of people coming in, but that's okay. Welcome, everyone. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Come on. Good luck, everyone. Let's go.
Dee. All right.
Woo!
Congratulations, Dee.
Yeah. Dee, you still here? Let's give her 30 seconds.
She's there.
Yeah, there she is.
Oh, but she says, please give it to Curtis.
Okay, Skull.
Very kind as always, Dee.
Skull, if you're in the chat, please let us know because yep, he's here. Hey, Curtis. Hey, like I said in the past, Curtis, send me your address. I can ship it to you. Thanks, Skull.
That's great. That was good, Vibes. I think that's a really nice pre-Thanksgiving gift for Curtis now. That's cool.
Yes. And thanks, Didi. You're awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Very nice.
Okay. And so tonight's live stream is sponsored. For those who wondered, it wasn't originally, but now it is by Sam Skills. Sam is the one that donated it to the channel, the print. So those who wondered,
Well,
I have not purchased that one. So Sam is awesome.
Yep.
So for those that didn't win, go over to Facebook or message him, Sam Skills, and tell him what you want, and he'll send you one. When painting, he does wonderful work. Hey, let's do a little bit of shout out for him. All those paintings that you see up there, those are all from Sam Skills. Now those I bought. Those are wondered.
You've got your own Sam Skills gallery set up there, Vibes. That's awful nice.
So I'm kind of a Sam Skills, we call it. He's my celebrity.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Good choice. It's a good choice.
He does phenomenal work. So yeah, just remind us, Curtis. Send me your address and send it out to you. I'm not gonna promise I'll send it out tomorrow, but next week before Thanksgiving, I'll send it out.
Vibes. The chat is calling for Curtis to be made a mod.
Oh, he's not a mod?
No, this is what I'm seeing, and I've got a couple of folks here that said that should be so. So you may want to address that.
I'm addressing right now, y'all. My phone in hand.
You guys ask, and you shall receive. Vibes does deliver.
Scar, you are one of my best. You're the best mod out there now. There goes Curtis. Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Willie. Curtis just moved up to the top of the.
Whoa. Okay, next week we're on our own is what that's going to be like, huh? All right, you guys.
Right.
Let us know how that goes.
Woo!
Yikes. Okay. Nope, Melvin jumped in here saying hi to us.
Welcome, Melvin. Yeah. No, right. No, hey, Scott, Curtis. I do have your address probably, but if you don't mind sending me, because yeah, and also that's also a reminder to me as well to ship it to you. Otherwise, you know how life gets to everything.
Yeah, see, we got a comment there. Kayla said, "Sweet, she's gonna put her feet up." You messed it up, Vibes. Now we got mod problems.
Uh-oh. So maybe Vibes have to cancel the channel and start over again. Start fresh.
Oof, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to have a board meeting during the week and address this PR nightmare that you've created.
Right. Uh-huh.
So yeah, we've got about 4 minutes left before Skip goes, so we can I guess do our final thoughts here. Too many fish isn't a thing.
Ooh.
I mean, yes, if whatever that means to you is within your bounds of being able to care for them. I do believe that there is a limit at which people find themselves where, you know, they get very excited back into the hobby, and who doesn't like to set up a new tank? And then all of a sudden, now they started with 4 and now they've got 8 and then they've got 12, and pretty soon it's, you know, maybe it's 30 or 40, and life gets a little tougher. And so that'd be the only thing I'd say there, Lando, is yes, I agree with you from a sentiment of who doesn't like getting new fish, but you got to be able to make sure that you're able to maintain it, because I think that's also a potential source of burnout, which I think is another thing that we have to think about, right? And could be a bit of a lesson is how do you keep the hobby for yourself sustainable and fresh and exciting every day, right? And I think the good news is our hobby is so varied that there are so many different areas that you can get into, right? You can get into the planted tanks, you can get into saltwater, brackish water, fresh water. You can get into invertebrates, right? I think the variation is amazing, and so it's finding those niches that you really like to play in, and making sure that it's something that you feel like you can sustain.
I only have a few thousand. Is that too many? Right, Curtis.
Not mine to judge at all, right? Again, I think as long as you're able to give them, what they need, that's amazing.
Hey, very true. You deserve it 100%. You're awesome. When I was doing research about this, of course, I had to Google it, And
Yep.
one thing that Google brought up is, what can I learn from a fish? And here's a list of things that you can learn from a fish. This is something a little more interesting. Life lesson from a fish. Just keep swimming. A classic reminder that the only way out of most things is through them. So just keep putting one foot from the other, in the good times and bad. Number 2, let your true colors shine. That's so true in African cichlids. Number 3, life is simple. Number 4, it takes all kinds of kinds.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. I gotta read that to y'all.
Right.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. That's taking, kind of some general life lessons and putting them in terms of a fish. I think that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
We got Ian Atkins Nature Aquariums joined us.
Hey, Ian, welcome. I do not. How many fish I have? Is that too many? Right. There you go. Okay. Yeah. My tongue and my brain. This does not sound right. Okay.
I think somebody say Scuba's in here too. Yeah, Scuba joined us too.
What?
Scuba Steve.
Oh, yeah! Scuba Steve! Woo! Sorry, Scuba, I missed you. How you doing? Hey, I got to meet him in Florida 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I met him at the Clash.
I did too. So I'm starting to see him everywhere.
That's cool.
Welcome, Scuba. Okay. I'm just checking my list to make sure I didn't forget anything.
Yep. And we are 9:01, so I'm going to assume that Skip's going to start here pretty soon.
Hopefully. And for those that are still here and you're headed that way to Skipper's channel, live stream, put hashtag Thanksgiving in his chat. He's the one who knows what's going on.
Yep, and we still got 30 in the chat. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This has been great. I've really enjoyed the conversation. And Vibes. Thanks for suggesting the topic. I think it was a really interesting one, and you kind of made for a little bit of self-reflection.
Yeah, thank you. One tip that I learned from my sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in the hobby now a little over a year. One of her first big lessons that she learned was the heater. When you don't plug a heater in if it's not underwater.
Oh no!
I had no. I guess being in the hobby for this long, I didn't think about it even. Telling her that a heater is supposed to be wait to plug it in that's underwater. Anyways, She plugs it in and it starts melting.
Yeah. Oh man.
So if you're a beginner, y'all, and you're here watching us chat, hey, your heater, don't plug it in. Please don't plug it in until the heater is underwater. And when you do a water change, either unplug the heater, or a tip that I do, for my tanks that have heaters in them, I put the heater in horizontal at the bottom of the tank. So when you do a water change, keep the water above the heater. You never have to unplug it.
Yep. I don't do that in every tank, but quite a few of them, because you're right. It saves it so you're not going to take out as much water as it is low, and that way it's one less step. But the other thing that I like to do is when I'm putting a new heater, I let it sit in the tank for 15 minutes or something like that. Is it a necessary step? I can't say that it is, but
Probably
just kind of
not,
let it
but
acclimate a little bit to the whatever the temperature of the water is in there at that
right.
time, and then fire it up, and it's always served me well.
Hey, Steven, you should be up here telling us some interesting stories. I run a heater dry way too many times. What were the results, Steven? That's what I'm interested in. Oops, sorry. Yes. Same vibes. You also won't forget to plug it back in that way. Yes. Yeah. Lesson learned. The more you unplug, when the water changes, the more apt you'll forget to plug it back in again. So if you can do it without unplugging something, thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But hey, it's almost at the hour for us. I know I started late, so. But before we head out, though, TJ, you got anything to say to the Fish fam?
Yeah, listen, I just really appreciate everybody coming out tonight. This is fun. I've really enjoyed, Vibes, the opportunity here these last number of weeks we've been doing it. Obviously, we're not going to stop doing it, right? So I'm not like saying I've enjoyed it and this is ending. Far from the truth. But I've really enjoyed it, and I thank everybody who is coming along for the ride with us.
Hey, quick shout out, y'all! Smokey the Fish Grill.
Right. We're wishing you a very quick recovery, and we hope to have you back on this next week.
Mm-hmm. Much prayers. Thanks, Mariah, for swinging in here. You're awesome. Okay, quick little talk about the heaters. It made an audible pop with smoke.
Oh God.
Ooh. Stephen B. Most of the time they just start smoking. One time I melted part of a panda. Hey, that kind of makes me wonder what some of my old heaters, ones I don't trust anymore. Take them out and plug them in outside and see what happens. Don't do this at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Hopefully, if I talked to you before Thanksgiving, hopefully y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Safe travels if you're traveling Thanksgiving. And love your family and friends. Love them. Give them hugs from me. Especially over this time of year. Being thankful. And tell you, whoever you're close to, tell them thank you. Take care of you. Being a friend to you. And thanks, since y'all here yet, thanks each and one of you. You're part of the Vibe fam. Thank you. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. No, don't worry about it. Until next time. Peace out. Bye.